pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Johnny Cornelius Laurie was born October 19, 1916, in Bessemer, Alabama. He confessed Christ at an early age, was very active in church, and taught Sunday school. He was active in sports at Dunbar High School, especially basketball and high jumping. After high school graduation, he joined the U.S. Navy in 1930 and served aboard the USS Oklahoma. Seaman First Class Laurie was killed in action on December 7, 1941, at Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. After his death, his mother accepted several medals in his honor. His remains were not identified until 2019, at which time he was returned to Alabama and laid to rest nearly 78 years after his death. He was interred at the Alabama National Cemetery with the full military honors that he so richly deserved. In 2006, Ryan Winslow, age 19, was killed by a roadside bomb 3 weeks into his first tour in Iraq. Friends in Hoover, Alabama remember Ryan as a high school rebel who found himself attracted to the discipline, public service, and adventure of the Marine Corps. When Ryan left Hoover High School, he wanted to be a policeman and decided to join the Marines because he felt that would give him the experience and training he needed. His father, George Winslow, had another explanation of why Ryan enlisted. He remembers Ryan saying one time that he liked the idea of public service. His father thinks that his enlistment also had to do with Ryan's sense of adventure. Learning that Ryan had planned to join their police force once he left the Marines, the Hoover, Alabama Police Department named Ryan an honorary officer. American Legion Post 9/11 was also named in Ryan's honor. Since his death, Ryan's parents, George and Marinelle, who now live in South Carolina, have honored their son's memory by working tirelessly for veterans' causes. They are members of the support committee and have served both as volunteers and ceremony participants at the cemetery. On January 12, 2010, Air Force Lieutenant Colonel Ken Borland hugged his wife Peggy goodbye and headed out for his 2-day mission to Haiti. Neither knew it would be the last time they'd see one another. Lieutenant Colonel Borland had served in Iraq in 2004 and made it home safely. He then worked at the Caribbean desk at the U.S. Southern Command. His job involved helping the Haitian military with security issues concerning both countries, such as combating illicit drug trafficking, uncovering money laundering, and distributing humanitarian aid. He had been to Haiti previously, and according to his wife, he was moved beyond words by the true poverty he had seen there. Lieutenant Colonel Borland had checked into his room at the Hotel Montana in Port-au-Prince when it came crashing down. After several weeks of no sign of him, the definitive word came that Kenneth Borland had died in the earthquake-ravaged hotel. His family, including his 2 young sons, takes great pride in his service, including his humanitarian work in Haiti. Both his parents and his widow Peggy are members of the support committee for the Alabama National Cemetery. They often volunteer and participate in ceremonies. In December 2018, Lieutenant Colonel Bourland's young son served as wreath layers during the Wreaths Across America ceremony at the Alabama National Cemetery. Lance Corporal Thomas E. Rivers, Jr. died April 28, 2010, at the age of 22, while supporting combat operations in Helmand Province, Afghanistan. Thomas Rivers was a 2007 graduate of Briarwood Christian School. While some kids wondered whether to go to college or where their future would lead them, Thomas fulfilled his lifelong dream of serving his country as a U.S. Marine. Included in a tribute to Lance Corporal Rivers was this leadership statement made by U.S. Marine Corps Commandant General Charles C. Krulak. Thomas Rivers embodied these words: "Excellence doesn't just happen. It must be forged, tested, and used. It must be passed down and woven into the very fabric of our soul until it becomes our nature." Thomas's family has honored their son's memory by forming a charity called Support Our Soldiers. Thomas's mother, Sharon, is also a member of the support committee for the Alabama National Cemetery and often participates in ceremonies at the cemetery. In 2018, the Meadowbrook, Alabama Post Office was named in honor of Lance Corporal Rivers. Army SPC Andrew Lee Hand died on Saturday, July 24, 2010, in Kalat, Afghanistan, at the age of 25. SPC Hand was assigned to the 5th Battalion, 3rd Field Artillery Regiment, 17th Fires Brigade. He was one of 4 soldiers in his unit killed when insurgents attacked his military vehicle with an improvised explosive device. Andrew was a 2004 graduate of Enterprise High School, where he played football, baseball, and ran track, and he lettered in all 3 sports. His sport prowess was likely in part helped along by his father, who coached football with Hoover City Schools. Andrew joined the National Guard in 2005. He went on active duty in 2008 and was stationed at Joint Base Lewis McChord, Washington, where he lived with his wife Amanda and 2 sons, Tristan and Gavin. Andrew served 2 deployments in Iraq and Kuwait. He was deployed to Afghanistan in October of 2009. A bronze bust of SPC Hand was installed at Aldridge Gardens in Hoover, Alabama in March of 2017. Andrew's stepmother, Renee, said that Andrew and others killed in action have more than paid for the right to be remembered in this way, to be remembered and not forgotten. Joshua Caleb Watson was born in Enterprise, Alabama in 1996. He grew up an outdoorsman, and in high school, he was captain of the Enterprise High School rifle team. A 2004 graduate, he was also a member of his high school's National Honor Society and the French Honor Society. Known by his middle name, Caleb was accepted to the U.S. Naval Academy at Annapolis. He was captain of the rifle team that defeated Army for the first time since 2009 with a victory at West Point. He also continued his record of excellence in academics, appearing on both the Commandant's and Dean's list and graduating in 2019. According to his father, Benjamin Watson, after graduating from the academy, his son had reported to Pensacola for flight training to live out his dream of becoming a Navy pilot. Ensign Watson was the duty officer at the Pensacola Naval Air Station on December 6, 2019, when he, along with 2 other sailors, were killed in a terrorist attack. Though fatally wounded from multiple gunshots, Caleb managed to exit the building and give vital information to the first response team that ended the attack. His commanding officer later said, "When confronted with danger, they ran toward it and saved lives. If not for their actions, this incident could have been far worse." Ensign Joshua Caleb Watson served with honor in the United States Navy and gave his life for his country. In March, Caleb's name was added to the Alabama Fallen Heroes Memorial. To honor his heroism, Governor Kay Ivey presented Ensign Watson's family with the Governor's Medal Cross. According to Governor Ivey, this is one of the highest state honors one can receive for going above the call of duty, and it is the first time she ever presented it. Please take a moment now to remember all of the brave Americans who have made the ultimate sacrifice, those who have suffered and those who continue to suffer from the silent wounds of war, our wounded warriors, as well as those who bravely have served and continue to serve our nation. It is incumbent upon us to keep their legacy alive. Memorial Day is a day unlike any other. We know that so many have given their lives through the years in various wars, and as a nation, we owe them a debt of gratitude that cannot be repaid. We can, however, honor their memory by never forgetting the price of freedom.